25 interesting facts about gladiators. I'm sure some of you will already know them, but I think there are some facts between them that might be surprising or something, or revealing is a better word, I think. So yeah, let's just get into it. I have made this list on my phone of interesting facts that I found from legit history sources, so they should all check out. Anyways, fact number 1. The very first gladiator fights were held at Roman funerals, and bloodshed was seen as a good omen. Nobody actually really knows why, when the first fights took place, but it is like proven that they were part of the funeral ceremonies in the beginning stages of the Roman Empire. The reason why is that because of the mourners of the funeral were given a lesson in like the value of life, and also they would be entertained at the same time. Like with wealthy Romans, they would like ensure that for their funerals they had like a lot of money to be sure that their funeral would be something that people wouldn't forget. So I think there was one emperor who had like I think like 22 gladiator fights for his funeral, spread in like 3 days or something, just to show off like his wealth. Obviously he will be dead then, but still, you know, like his legacy, I guess. But that was the initial reason. Later on it grew out to be like much larger than that, obviously. Which brings me to fact number 2. Julius Caesar was one of the first rich Romans to spend vast sums on gladiators, and for him it was well worth the money for him. It was well worth the money, I'm sorry. Caesar did actually do this because he was a clever man, you know, and he saw an opportunity to like take power from the Senate away. But if there were no gladiator games, he would not get away with it, because the public would focus on matters of state, you know. They would like see like, hey, Julius, man, that's not chill, man. You're just like taking power away from the Senate. That's not okay. But Caesar actually used the gladiator games to distract the people so that they would focus on the gladiator games, and then little by little Caesar could in fact change Roman society from a republic to somewhat of an autocracy, I believe. Yeah. So, fact number 3. By the 2nd century, Rome's rulers had embraced the gladiatorial fights as a great way of keeping the masses happy and subdued. This actually follows a bit upon fact number 2. Some people also like think that gladiator fights were like to show off Roman virtues to become, for example, like strength, endurance, and you know, ballsiness, you know, bravery. That's a better word. But it was mostly believed by Roman fighting as a gladiator was a wise career choice, especially for soldiers struggling with death. And these are like the gladiators that are not forced to fight, and they chose this career path because they were struggling with death, obviously, as a fact states. But it was also like the case that gladiators were allowed to keep presents that were thrown at them and also prize money sometimes. So it was in fact a good way to earn some money for like experienced soldiers who were short of money, you know. Fact number 6. Several Roman emperors stepped into the arena, including Commodus. Commodus, who you all know from the movie Gladiator. Though Commodus was a coward rather than a brave gladiator. Yeah, so as I already said, you have probably seen the movie Gladiator, and Commodus is like in the movie he fights Maximus, but the real Commodus, obviously that's a fictional portrayal of Commodus. That's not the real Commodus, but the real Commodus was also been proven to have fought in the arena. But it's also true that he mostly fought like midgets and weak animals such as like zebras and other like non-deadly animals and stuff like that, just so we could like gain a little favor of the masses and stuff like that, you know. Alright, moving on. Fact number 7. Ancient graffiti found in Pompeii show just how crazy women and young girls were about the best known gladiators. Yeah, so there were like people making graffiti about the gladiators being portrayed on the walls in Pompeii, and it's safe to say that like gladiators were probably like the Ryan Gosling or something like that of Roman times. Yeah. So yeah, moving on. Fact number 8. Gladiators were ancient sex symbols, and their sweat and blood were sold as aphrodisiacs. In fact, there was a whole industry based upon selling sweat or blood from gladiators, which, if you think about it, is kind of like weird, but you have to know that these people were seen as like the absolute sports heroes. And actually, it's not that weird because like a year or two ago there was this gamer girl who sold her bath water for like a vast amount of money or something. So, as you see, like in Roman times, they used to sell sweat of gladiators, and now apparently attractive gamer girls can sell their bath waters, you know. So it's not that weird, it still happens today. But also like sometimes pieces of jewelry were like dipped in blood of the gladiator, and then they were given back to like wealthy females, and this would like be like used as a powerful conception aid, which was obviously hokum. But yeah, I mean like fact number 9. A man's strength and height determined what class of gladiator he would become. There were around 11 classes. Sort of like your Call of Duty or Battlefield match. You're choosing like the different class. This was also the case with gladiators, only there were 11. I don't really know the name of all the classes because it's mostly Latin, and yeah, they're like long names, but I do like recall that if you are strong, you were and a big man, you know, like you're tall, you're strong, probably Germanic, you would be given 2 swords to fight with. And I also know that there was another class with the tridents and the nets, and actually these are often portrayed in movies, but as like very like dangerous and stuff like that. But in real life, in the Roman times, people with the trident and the nets were mostly like the end in death, but yeah. Anyways, moving on. Fact number 10. Dreaming about gladiators was seen as a sign. If a man dreamt about a gladiator, it would mean that he would marry a beautiful girl or a beautiful woman. But the beautiful woman would not always be faithful. So if you dreamt about fighting a gladiator, people would tell about you, yeah, you will marry a beautiful girl, but she wouldn't be faithful to you. Imagine like actually marrying a beautiful girl and like being completely paranoid the whole time because one time you had that dream. Must be torturous, man. But yeah, moving on. Fact number 11, which surprised me a bit actually. Gladiators ate a vegetarian diet most of the time, but probably because this was the cheapest way of feeding them. I read that like their diet would consist out of 80% of plant-based diet and 20% of meat, but it was not because like in contrary belief, like I know nowadays a lot of like vegetarian people and stuff like that, they say that we don't need meat, but it is my opinion, and I do believe like if you eat protein-rich food, which can also be from plant-based diet, but you have to eat 3 times more to gain the same structure around the same amount of protein, because plant-based protein contains like not all essential 9 amino acids, which is why you should eat 3 times more plant-based protein to match the level of meat protein, animal protein. But yeah, anyways, that was a little bit like yeah, gym related, I guess. But obviously it was cheaper to like have a vegetarian diet for your gladiators than always meat, because meat was expensive in a Roman state, in Roman times. It still kinda is if you buy a good steak. But yeah, that's why their diet was 80% plant-based. Fact number 12. Gladiator schools were nothing like Hogwarts or anything for warriors. They were more like prisons for condemned captives. Yeah, so if you were thinking behind your screen, you were thinking like, yeah man, I would love to be a gladiator because for some weird reason people would want to buy my sweat or my blood and I would be like the most famous gladiator and stuff like that. Please keep in mind that like often in these gladiator schools, gladiators were kept, they slept in like rooms of 3 square meters, and they were only allowed out to train or to eat or to like fight in an arena or something like that. So it wasn't a really happy lifestyle, you know. For the famous ones it became a wealthy lifestyle, but not for all of them, you know. Fact number 13. Schools rented their gladiators out for individual fights, and this would turn into a sale if the fighter was killed. Now, sometimes there were individual events of wealthy people, and they would like organize gladiator fights just to show off against their wealthy friends, you know. But when, for example, like the school itself did not want their good fighters to be killed in individual events, so they like came up with this rule, and often if like a gladiator was killed in a certain event or something like that, the original hiring price would be like they multiplied it by 50, and that was the official rule. So this they obviously did so that the person hiring the gladiators would not purposely put the 2 men fighting into a situation where they have to kill each other. They most likely like get wounded or the one surrenders. I'm sorry for my fridge. Moving on. Fact number gladiator schools, they even contain like heated floors so that the athletes, gladiators, could train all year round. And also they contain like heated baths to treat sore muscles and stuff like that. It is important to know that it was not the case that gladiators were just like thrown to kill each other in the arena every day. People who owned the gladiator schools, obviously the gladiators were slaves, so but most of them, so it was still a meager existence. But the person who trained and bought like the gladiators did not want their gladiators to be dead every time or in an instance, because that would mean a bad investment, you know. If you buy something and you cannot use it anymore because of it's dead or something like that, you lose a lot of money, which was the reason why yeah, most of the times these schools were like, they had like certain luxuries to ensure the physical top physical health, and also later in effects, because I'm getting ahead of myself, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna move on to the next fact. Fact number 15. Here it is. Gladiators trained with wooden swords known as rudis, and would get another if they won a real fight, and also another if for their freedom. Now, as I already said, the person owning the gladiator schools did not want their gladiators to get unnecessarily hurt or killed, which is why they obviously trained with wooden swords. This was to like lessen the damage, and also like more, you know, it's less dangerous obviously to use a wooden sword than an iron sword. But yeah, these same wooden swords, they were given to a gladiator if he won a fight, and also like if he was declared a free man, the gladiator would be considered a free man if he were given a wooden sword. I do believe that this also happens in, is it in the Gladiator, the movie, or is it another movie about gladiators? I'm not sure. It's been a while since I saw the movie, even though it's on Netflix, but I've seen that movie a lot of times, especially when I was a kid, so, but I can't remember. If you remember, put it in the comments in what movie it is. I can really remember a certain person handing over a wooden sword to the gladiator for his freedom. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you know which movie I'm talking about. I do believe that it's a gladiator, but I'm not sure. Fact number 16. There was a code in the gladiator world, and they were like expected to follow it. Killing an opponent, this is very important. Killing an opponent was not in the code. Damn it, I left my window open so there's a fly inside. But yeah, killing an opponent was not in the gladiator's code. That's despite what all these Hollywood movies want to make you believe. What I already said, like it was a bad investment to get gladiators killed. Inside these codes that were taught in the schools, they were more likely taught how to injure another opponent rather than killing him. Like if you hurt him, that he wouldn't be able to fight anymore. You won the fight, you know. And fact number 17, older gladiators, they knew the rules of this code very good. So often they would like train the other gladiators to obey to the rules, obviously. This was because of like old gladiators, there's a small percentage, because it was a risky job. I'll get in some figures about some figures about it later, but it was a dangerous job. So obviously not a lot of them were alive at an older age, but the ones who were had no real skill to like contribute to Roman society, which is why they often as free men chose to train other gladiators, because they knew how to fight, obviously. So yeah. celebrity officials known as summa rudis. So, as I already said, in some cases, gladiators became like really famous people, and they could like officiate contests, and they could get a lot of money from it. Um, yeah. Also, I do think that some of them like um, some women actually paid money to sleep with them and stuff like that. So yeah, that's not too bad though. Anyways, fact number 19. Gladiator schools were usually staffed by retired fighters called magistri. Actually, that actually I got ahead of myself, and with fact number 17 I already like talked about this one because I ramble on and on and on. I'm sorry, but you already know that because of the lack of skills, like I don't know, like any skills, like making bread or stuff like that, they couldn't really do that, so they couldn't contribute to society, which is why they were like used. They were often incorporated inside the gladiator school as magistry to train the gladiators. Moving on, fact number 20. Gladiators learned to fight in front of huge crowds in their training schools. One in Rome could hold over 3,000 bloodthirsty spectators. Now, this was obviously like to make the most out of training, because people also wanted to see people that the gladiators train, because there weren't always fights going on, and the training schools thought like were clever, and they said like, hey, if we can let people, wealthy people, pay for to watch the trainings, then we have an extra source of income. So yeah, some schools actually had arenas in them where they would train, and people would watch them train and pay for it. Plus, also, this would get like new gladiators would get used to the crowd cheering around them, because with athletes today as well, stage fright probably was a big thing back then. If you entered the Colosseum, where massive amounts of people are shouting, and you're standing in the middle, probably as like, I don't know, a Germanic or a Thracian captured person, and suddenly you're like in this arena, and well, like, oh my god, what am I supposed to do? So the gladiator schools often trained with fighting, but also with pressure from the arena itself, which is very important for psychologically, if you want to win a fight, you know. Fact number 21. Gladiator schools were usually specialized, and some of them were so big, men trained to ride and fight in chariots in them. Now, this might not seem like such a big deal, but you have to like imagine the time and the money also being spent and invested in these gladiators if they were taught how to fight with chariots, because I do believe that fighting with chariots is like a really difficult skill, and not a lot of people, not a lot of military forces actually used chariots, I think. But again, if I'm wrong, correct me, because I'm rambling out of my own memory here. But I think it was really hard, and yeah, if the owners saw it important for some people to learn to fight with chariots, obviously it was the whole show spectacle for the people in the arena to enjoy. But also, like, you can imagine how big the gladiator culture became, you know, if like these difficult ways of fighting were taught to a gladiator, it means that the business was really booming, you know, and the people who trained them or owned the gladiator schools more specifically, they were really wealthy men to be able to afford the chariots and the training that comes with that. Fact number 22. After the Spartacus rebellion in 73 BC, Rome made sure gladiator schools were disciplined and loyal. They made sure because, like, before this, I think only like the gladiator owner, the school owner of a school, was paid for rental stuff, for renting the gladiators, and also the schools were like far from, spread out through Rome. But after the rebellion, they made sure that the schools were like closer to the core of Rome, and the gladiators would actually be like treated a bit better. I think they were allowed to have some money also when they got rented and stuff like that, just to make it more like, make them less likely to rebel, you know. Fact number 23. Between 10% and 25, between 10 and 25% of gladiator fights ended in one fighter dying. But this means, like, in most cases, the gladiators did not die. It was a risky job, you know, but as I already said, it was also a huge investment for the person buying the gladiators and training them. So they were taught in these gladiator codes that to not specifically kill the opponent, but more likely to wound him. But obviously, when you try to wound somebody, chances are that you eventually, more likely, not really willingly kill him as well. So it was a risky job, but it was not really intended to kill, more likely for the spectacle and bloodshed. But yeah, as I already said, like between 10% and 25% resulted in a deadly outcome, which is still a lot, obviously. But yeah, fact number 24, I'm sorry. Not all gladiators were men. Female gladiatrix also fought in the arenas of Rome, even though they were mostly novelty acts. And this is kind of like perverted in a sense, like female gladiators were most likely forced to fight also without helmets, and they would accentuate their femininity in these fights, and they were like mostly like as a warm-up for the men fights, and usually like to entertain the crowd, because like in Roman society it was rather special to see women fight, so people would like want to watch it because, oh my god, there are women fighting, you know. But they were often like they were fighting other women, or they were fighting like wild animals. Yeah, so actually like that's why I call it perverted, you know, because a Roman man and Roman society, people who went to watch the games, they like, there was an extra wow factor to see women fight. But yeah, anyways, moving on. Fact number 25. A fallen gladiator was expected to show pride and honor, and he had to show his throat to the enemy, to his opponent, which is in fact his enemy. And that would be considered a good death if the opponent was ordered to kill him. So anyway, my camera ran out of memory, but yeah, these were 25 interesting, like to me they were interesting facts about gladiators. I really hope that you thought the video was okay, and please leave a like if you do, and yeah, subscribing is always really nice. There will be lots of more videos coming like this, or about any historical topic, because I like reading about history